come sit down over here?
Please, for us.
Princess Tiana, please. Will you please everyone over here?
Hi.
Everyone, please away from the staircases. We're going to tell you a story.
You have to remember from the princess oath, we have to be gracious and great to everyone around us. So if we all sit down, then everyone can see, okay? Thank you so much. Okay, so just like Sleeping Beauty said, we can start every story the same way. So can you say it together with me? Everybody ready?
Once upon a time,
there lived a sultan and his daughter. Who was his daughter? Me! Yes, of course. Now, I love my father very much, but he had some very strange ideas. He said the law states that
you must be married to a prince by your next birthday.
But I told my father that if I do marry, I wanted to be for love. Now, I knew my father wasn't going to change his mind, and I did not want to be like a caged dove. So, I decided that night to get into disguise and escape, because if being a princess meant that I couldn't do what I wanted, I didn't want to be a princess anymore. So, I helped my tiger. What was my tiger's name? Yes, Raja.
What does a tiger do, everyone? What noise does a tiger make? Roar! What did Raja say to her? Roar! Louder!
Good. Oh, you have to be loud like a tiger, not like a mouse. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good job.
Perfect.
I hugged my tiger Raja and I started to climb over the palace wall. But Raja tried to stop me. Why did he try to stop me?
Because he loved you and he wanted you to stay. So Jasmine hopped over the castle wall and then headed for an adventure.
I had never been outside the palace wall, so I was curious about everything. So I went to the busy marketplace and saw lots of wonderful things and new faces. And then I saw a little boy, and he looked very hungry. So what did I give the little boy? You're right! I took an apple from the basket and gave it to the little boy. But the fruit seller was very angry because I didn't have any money to pay for the apple. So a handsome young man jumped down, and what was his name? Aladdin, right! And he convinced the fruit seller that I was not a thief. He also had a little friend with him. Man, what was his name? Abu, that's right. What noise does Abu make? Exactly. Abu was a chitter-chatter monkey, and we all climbed up to the top of the rooftops until we knew we were safe. Then the young man, Aladdin, told me that this secret place was his home. Well, I was just so surprised I couldn't believe it. Aladdin and Abu had everything I was looking for. No one to tell them what to do, or where to go, or who to love. So, at that moment, the palace guards arrived and wanted to lock up the young man in his dungeon in the palace. So he held out his hand and said,
Do you trust me?
we tried to escape the guards, but they grabbed the young man. So at that moment, I threw off my disguise and said I was the Sultan's daughter and commanded that they stop. But they didn't. Why didn't they? Because they were ordered by who?
Jafar.
Gotta say that all scary. Jafar. Now Jafar was a very, very nasty man. He had a terrible temper, and so no one could tell him no. Even me. So I went to Jafar and told him that he needed to release the young man. He would not allow it. Well, anyway, in the streets of Agrabah, there were trumpets and elephants and fireworks, and what other things were happening in the parade? Does anybody remember what they saw in the parade? Giraffes, yes. Anything else? Elephants and coins.
Elephants?
Yes, a lot of wonderful things. And who showed up? Prince
Ali Ababa.
Prince Ali. Well, I sat on my balcony and watched, but I wasn't as excited as everyone else because I knew it was just another pompous prince who wanted to show off and impress everyone. And I was tired of everyone telling me what I wanted to do without even asking me. So I said, I'm not going this attitude. So I said, why don't you just jump off the balcony? And he did. Oh no! But he didn't fall. He ended up on a magic carpet, that's right. And he asked me if I wanted to join him on a wonderful adventure. Now I wasn't so sure, but he held out his hand and said,
Do you trust me?
and my heart told me I did. So I stepped down onto the carpet and sat beside him. Does everyone want to know what it's like to be on a magic carpet? Okay, well everyone sit down and close your eyes and hold your arms out like you're flying on a magic carpet and imagine what you would see.
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride, a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming. Hold your breath, it gets better.